welcome to today's tutorial video. So in today's video we are going to be doing a bracelet, a matching bracelet for this ring. Okay, if you've not yet seen the tutorial video for the ring, please do refer to that and then come back to the bracelet. It's basically going to be a similar process, just that it finishes off differently so that you'll be able to close it. If you're watching me for the first time, I'd like to say massive thank you for supporting the growth of this channel. If you've not yet subscribed, please do subscribe and hit on the notification bell just so that you'll be notified anytime a new video is uploaded. I'd like to talk to you about Skilled Hands as well. Skilled Hands is a charitable organization or a non-profit organization that empowers through craft. So our medium for empowerment is craft. We offer free and paid workshops. The free workshops are for a specific group of ladies who live in Nottingham, so unemployed women, women with caring responsibilities, and those on low income living in Nottingham. If you meet this criteria, you'll be able to access our sessions for free. However, if you do not meet the criteria, do not worry. You can still join in the fun and pay a little fee to be part of our sessions. Just reach out on 07432440997 or send us an email to skills.hands.org@gmail.com. Please do follow us on social media and you'll be updated anytime something new is happening here at Skilled Hands. So let's get right into the project. As you can see in front of me, I've got my crystal beads, I've got my 8mm crystal beads, and I've got my 6mm crystal beads. I've also got some size 18 seed beads in emerald. I've got my 2 beading needles, which are the big eye needle. I've got here with me my beading thread, which is the fisherman's cord or the nylon thread, as people would like to call it, and the size is 0.25. I've got my cutting tool here. I've also got my pliers on the side. I've got my jewelry making hardware here as well. Now for the bracelet, I'm going to go ahead and cut 50 inches of thread, and I'll thread it through my needle on both sides. Okay, please pardon me for my hand. I've not had time at all for myself in the past few months, and I've not had any manicure done. I'm going to go ahead and thread my needles, and then I'll string on all my 6mm crystal beads in emerald, and then we take it from there. I'm going to send it to the center of my thread. It's very important you do that. Make sure it's centered. And then I'm going to just get one of my beading needle to go through all my crystal beads. Okay. So you should have it looking like that. All right, at this point, I have all my threads meeting at the same place, and that is not what I want. So I'm going to take my needle on my right here, which is this one, and I'm going to go through the next bead so that we can have a crossing on that bead. So that's the difference here. One thread on this side, another thread on that side. What I'm going to do next is to string on 3 seed beads on each needle. All right. Okay. Great. Now the next thing to do is to bring on my clear crystal bead, which is this, and do a crossing on that. Okay. Yeah, there. So this is what you should have. I'm going to drop that in the center here like that. Beautiful. and then string on 3 seed beads again on both sides. So 3 seed beads on the right, 3 seed beads on the left, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so at this point I'm going to have to drop this whole arrangement into the center and try to connect it to the whole circle. So you can see that it's coming out of this crystal bead. Okay, we had started with this crystal beads to do this whole arrangement. Now we are going to drop it onto the opposite one here, so like that, and this thread is going to go this way to the other end, and then we'll bring the other needle through the opposite direction as well, like that. And then we pull them apart. Okay, beautiful. Now I like what I'm seeing so far, so let's proceed to the next step. What I'm going to do next is to do another set of arrangement of 3 seed beads on the right needle, 3 seed beads on the left needle. Now if you've already taken a look at the ring tutorial, you see that when we were doing the ring tutorial, we were using 2 seed beads instead of 3 seed beads. This is mainly because of the size of our beads. So whatever bead you are using, you're just going to have to vary the size of seed beads you use. Now you realize I've done 3 seed beads on my right needle here, and I've gone ahead to do 3 seed beads on my left needle there, and I've picked on my last seed bead, and on this seed bead I'll send it further down a little bit to help me do a crossing on that bead. Okay, so this is what you should have. Now we are going to carry on in the same pattern and build on our design. Okay, so 3 seed beads here, 3 seed beads here, 1 seed bead. You do a crossing on that side, repeat it again, 3 3 1 cross, 3 3 1 cross. Okay, so I'm going to do one last one with you on camera, and then I'll go off and try and finish off one strap of my bracelet, and then come back and show you how to connect from the opposite side and do a strap of bracelet there as well. So 3 1 2 3. I'll put this on the side, get another 3 1 2 3. Now get the last one, and on this one we are doing a cross. Okay, like that. Then we pull it apart. So this is what we're going to have. Now, because the beads are of different sizes, sometimes you have to be very careful as you pick them. Try and pick beads of equal sizes. So I do not want this video to be too long. I'm going to go ahead and start beading the whole strap and come to you and show you how you can start connecting from this end here to build on another strap. Okay, so my wrist size is 7 inches, as you can see. So as you're doing your bracelet, you must bear in mind that you must have equal designs on both sides. In this case, I'm doing equal patterns on both sides, and the idea is to have this whole arrangement as my centerpiece. So this is my centerpiece. When I say centerpiece, this is what it is. So I expect this to be in the center here, and knowing that my wrist size is 7 inches, I'm going to then put my centerpiece at 3.5 here. Okay, so if I've done my strap up to this end, now let me put my finger on this and try and stretch this a little bit more, just so that we can know exactly what this is here. Okay, so my design is up to this point here. I'm going to have to increase this whole design till about here and put my closures here for the rest of the length. So I'm looking at doing about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 or 5 more of these arrangements. I'm going to go ahead and do 4 more and come back and see if that is any good, and then go ahead and go and do the rest here, finish it off, and then that will be it. So at this point, I'm done with one strap on the side. I like what I'm seeing, so beautiful. What I'm going to do next is to bring my beading needles together, try and go through one bead. If I can get everything to go through one bead, that would be great. So I'm going to look for a bead that is much bigger. If not, I'm going to do it one at a time. Okay. Okay. Put all my needles through one bead. If it's going to be difficult, I'm going to have to do it one needle at a time. Great. All right. Okay, and then the same way again, I'm going to get my cream bead on one at a time. So I need both needles to go into the cream bead, but it looks like we're going to have a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to do it one at a time as well. At this point, if I had a cream bead cage, I was going to use it to cover it, but I can't see all of those here now. So I'm going to go ahead and just work with a cream bead for now. The next thing is to get a jam ring, and then so I'm going to get my jam ring onto my lobster claw here. This is where you need two flat nose pliers, but if you don't have it, you can still manage with a round nose plier, I guess, but not ideal if you ask me. Okay, then I'm going to twist it back close. Now at this point, I'm going to put both needles through my jam ring here. Okay, and bring all my needles back through my crimp bead. So I'm bringing it just back through my crimp bead. If you can't do 2 needles at the same time, you can do 1 at a time, but try and bring both needles through the crimp bead and pull it as tight as you can. Right. Okay. If you can, send your threads through your weave to hide it a little bit if you can, but if you can't, you can just end it here. But I'm going to try to send my threads back through my weaves to try and hide it a little bit to give it a perfect finish. So the steps is quite similar to the ring if you ask me, but it's just finishing off the closures that is a bit different. That is why I've had to do the whole tutorial video again. Otherwise, I would have just ignored the steps and only do the closures for you. Okay, but I think that doing the steps all over also helps as well. So I'm just going to send my needle down my weaves a few steps down, and then we'll end it there. Okay, so this is what we have as a finished product for one strap. We're going to go on to do the same thing on this end, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. So I've strung on a 40-inch thread again. I like to work with a bit longer thread. It gives me room to work. So basically, I'm going to start threading from the opposite bead to this one, and that will be this here. Okay, that gives it balance, I guess. Yeah, bring the threads to the center, just so that we don't get short on beading thread on one end. And I'm going to just carry on doing the same thing. 3 seed beads on the right, 3 seed beads on the left. We get one last one, and we do a crossing on this. Okay, so look at how my bead is. Okay, I'm going to send it a bit further on the thread, bring my other needle to go the opposite direction like that. Okay, and then I'll just pull my thread. So I'm going to carry on in that same pattern. Okay, 3 3 1 3 3 1. So you are crossing on the one all the time, crossing on the one. I'm going to do one last one with you here, and then I'm going to go off camera and finish the length, come back to you, and then we connect the jump ring. So 3 on this end here, 3 on my left needle, get one last one, and do a cross on that one. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that apart. So I'm going to carry on like this till I've gotten the desired length. So this is what I have. I have all my 13 steps beaded in. I'm going to try and put it around my wrist so that we see what's happening. I think that the color is not doing justice to my skin, but that's all right. I'm going to try and finish it off here, and then we're good to go. I'm going to get one last bead like we did at the other end. So whatever you do on this side, you do the same thing to this end as well. So one last bead. I'm putting all my needles in, but I don't want to struggle, so I've done it one at a time. Send it further down. Okay, get my cream bead onto it again. Can do it one at a time. Then we bring the jump ring, both needles going through the jump ring like that. And then back into the cream bead. So the jump ring is here. Cream bead is there here. Okay, one needle. Get the next one to go through the cream bead as well. Just the cream bead. Because the beads are quite tiny, it's a bit fiddly, but the beauty about seed beads is it always gives you very nice and beautiful effects. Okay, I'm going to try and pull my threads tight together. And with my needle, try and send my threads down if I can. Okay, so now that we have both threads here, I'm just going to give myself some working length and make a knot over there. Okay, great. So we have our bracelet and our ring. These are really, really, really beautiful. We've come to the end of today's tutorial video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give our video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe as well if you've not done that already. This keeps us going because it gives us the assurance that we have a community that loves the things we do, and keep watching on for the next tutorial video. So until we meet again, have a brilliant day. Bye.